FatBoy Entertainment.
Here's the thing. We've got this refugee crisis, and people from the Middle East are pouring into the West. And it's not working. It's not working. We've got no-go zones. In Sweden has become the rape capital of the world. The number of people who are employed coming in these refugee programs, I mean, it's completely catastrophic. Completely catastrophic. And you don't want to use these refugees as props for your own virtue signaling, right? See, they're not props. They're not sitting around to make you look good and make you look kind and have you paint your little welcome refugee hearts on your banners. They're not props, people. They're human beings. They deserve a right to have a successful life, which generally they're not going to have in the West. This is not me just making things up. In Sweden, the state-funded broadcaster revealed that out of 163,000 migrants who came to Sweden, fewer than 500 have found jobs. 500. That's a very tiny number. After years of hundreds of thousands of refugees pouring into Germany, how many have found jobs? A little over 50. Most of those employed by the post office. Look at the gender ratio between the men and women. Way, way out of balance. I mean, even in the population as a whole, but within the migrant community, it's kind of an end-to-end bratwurst sausage fest. And that's dare I say, an explosive situation. It's not going to work. The migrants, the young men, they come in, or the refugees, they come into Europe and the government puts them up or keeps them around, it gives them money. And then what? What do? They can't get jobs. They don't speak the language. 2/3 of the Syrians coming into Germany, illiterate in their own language. Not going to work. Not going to work. It's not going to work. They're not props for you to feel good, and they're not props for you to get voters to vote for the left. If you really care about these refugees, don't invite them in where they can't work, they can't have jobs, they can't have successful communities, they can't... most importantly, they can't settle down and have wives and children, right? That's how you tame young men. It's not helpful. They're not props. And we want to do what we can to help the people displaced by war. And we want to do what we can to the countries that could improve if there are energetic people who want to make that country better. And if the most energetic people and intelligent people are fleeing a country, guess who's left behind? No one to make things better. It's terrible. Those who want to actually help refugees, those displaced by war and so on, and instability. We know, and I've been saying this for a long time, that for the cost of resettling 10,000 people in the United States, you can settle almost 122,000 in the Middle East. So if you really want to help people, you understand, if you really want to help people, having them come and come off the plane and give you hugs, that's for you. It's not for them. It's not going to help them in the long run. It's going to cause a lot of problems because we know they're going to come in, they're going to go on welfare, they're going to chew up and consume scarce public resources, social resources. They're going to require crazy amounts of educational investments because of language problems. They're going to bring diseases, not their fault, it's just the reality, for which the local population is under-inoculated and unprepared. It's a bad situation. You couldn't design something more prone to make everything worse than this massive relocation.
I'm so far out of sight. Yeah, that sounds about right. You kill this cup, not my vibe. Be the highlight of my night.
FatBoyMixx.